Also, the first job of its kind for you. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, good evening, Iain. It was an incredible experience, I must say, really. I think the first time we got a report on the Commonwealth Games extensively like this, and to be able to be involved in such a high production value atmosphere from the BBC, not just how things run behind the scenes, but also like the crowd, everything going on. The city was absolutely buzzing, and I mean, it was great to be around the whole experience, yeah.
On the one hand, it's not as we mentioned, not as exotic as some of the other locations, the Gold Coast or Delhi or what have you, but being in Birmingham, it felt a little bit more like home, a little bit more familiar, do you think?
I think the athletes might have felt that way from the crowd support, for sure. Maybe more English fans there feel know more about Gibraltar than they were in Australia or they were in India. So I think in terms of the crowd support, maybe we did feel a little bit more in the Gibraltar side of things. Did the team have
more of their families with them?
Yeah, that's for sure. There was a lot more fans there. And even though maybe it was just 2 or 3 family members, they were heard in a crowd of around 5,000 to 6,000 people. You can make sure that if there was a moment of silence, you would hear, "Wapa!" You would hear it for sure. They were always heard, yeah.
Bueno, so, I mean, it's been some... We haven't quite got on the medal table, not yet, not this year. But national records, left, right and centre, that's what we're looking for. Starting off with young Asia Kent. She's 15 years of age. She went in with, I think, 5 national records. She came out with...
Added another 3, so she's got 8 in total at 15. I mean, what were you doing at 15, Iain?
Yeah. Not breaking national records. I think she told me before the Games that she was hoping to retire by the time she's 18 with all the national records in Gib.
I think it's interesting she said that, because I think these Games have changed her mentality a bit. Now that she's had a taste for what it's like to compete at this level and what she can get out of it from experience and, you know, just growing as an athlete, I think she was speaking to me about maybe even looking at colleges that offer specific swimming courses and kind of want to progress in that area.
Yeah, well, here's looking at you, Asia. And elsewhere, she wasn't the only one. We've had a few others in swimming. We haven't got too much time. The athletes had a bit of a hard time. Craig Gill heading in with the injuries that he did beforehand. He wasn't in his best form. He did get a personal best, though.
Personal best in 100 metres, which is more than... I mean, he went there hoping for the best. So to get a personal best was incredible for him. Like you said, he was carrying a hamstring injury, so a bit disappointed for him. I'm sure he would have liked to get even better on that.
Squash, we had Christian Navas, got through the qualifiers.
44 years old.
Yeah.
It was funny because he went up against a 34-year-old or 35-year-old, and people were saying he's up against an old opponent. And I'm like, you do know, he's 44. And English fans were surprised to know he was that old, actually.
Yeah. No, he doesn't look it, to be
fair. No, he doesn't. He keeps himself well.
The triathletes, well, we had Andrew Gordon at the top. I spoke to him before the Games. He had COVID just a few weeks ago. It doesn't seem to have hampered his abilities.
Clocked in at just under an hour. A very impressive time.
Very, very impressive. And, well, all eyes were on Holly O'Shea as well. Holly O'Shea, not breaking a record, setting a record.
Yeah. Was the first woman, the first weightlifter to represent us in general for Gibraltar. So 97 kilos is quite heavy. I mean, I wouldn't try it.
Wouldn't advise it. The mountain bikers, it was the first time that we were there. Giles and Carl, things didn't go perfectly for them. But, of course, just being there for the first time, trendsetters, and being the first ones to do it will be impressive.
Yeah, I think Chris Walker specifically told me it takes courage to be the first to do anything. Especially when, you know, all eyes are on you, and especially because the training facilities, you can imagine, mountain biking here, they don't really... I mean, you think of the Rock, but it's not...
Limited options.
It doesn't work like that, so they're quite limited, so I think they did themselves proud, really.
And we're not quite over, Hossa. Tell us, what do we got in store on Sunday?
More cycling. We just finished mountain biking, now on to road cycling. So we had the time trial yesterday, which went well. We got some good times. Obviously, like we said, we're not quite medaling yet, and we got some good times. There was an unfortunate incident for Derek Barbado, who had quite a nasty crash, but he'll be fine, and he's going to join all the other cyclists on Sunday for the road race, which is going to be the last event Gibraltar are going to compete in. So hopefully some more national records, who knows?